In some of the research that I've done, we found a pretty big association between whether someone is exponentially growth biased or present biased with their overall level of retirement wealth accumulated. And exponential growth bias is essentially the idea that people may underestimate the level of exponential growth going into the future and lead them to potentially undersave if they sort of misunderstand this tie between how much I save now and how much you'll accumulate in the future. Present bias is sort of a technical way to describe the idea of procrastination. So if you are able to measure someone's procrastination tendencies, it seems that people who show more procrastination tendencies tend to also have lower levels of retirement wealth accumulated. So in ongoing work, we're trying to think about interventions that can sort of address both of these psychological tendencies and see if they can help people overcome these tendencies. So the idea for exponential growth bias is to provide people with easy to use tools that allow them to understand their contributions and the tie between those contributions and retirement income. And for present bias, we also want to explain the cost of delaying those contributions into the future. And so what we're hoping is that these kinds of interventions can really target those who are exponentially growth biased or present biased in ways that can improve sort of overall saving outcomes. One thing that is interesting that we found from our previous research is that these two tendencies are not so highly correlated with the other observable characteristics that we can look at. So it's not that there's a particular demographic that seems to be very likely to exhibit either exponential growth bias or present bias. It seems that these characteristics are uncorrelated with a lot of things like, gender, race, ethnicity, income, education, in a way that makes it hard to detect if you don't have a way to sort of measure exponential growth bias.